Malika, after splitting the first two games in Oklahoma City, this Western Conference semifinal series moves 3 hours south down I-35 to American Airlines Center in Dallas for a matinee Game 3. The Thunder rolled in Game 1 behind 29 points from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a 117-95 win, and a 5-0 record in the playoffs. But the Mavericks, on the strength of 29 points from Luka Doncic and P.J. Washington, bounce back with a 119-110 victory in Game 2, leading to today's pivotal Game 3 in Big D. This week's playoff tracker brought to you by Zevo. Denver is back in its series with Minnesota after an impressive win in the Twin Cities last night. The Pacers got one to get back in the series with the Knicks. Game 3, Cavs-Celtics tonight on ABC with Hall of Famer Hubie Brown and Katie George. I'm Dave Pasch. Hubie, Luka has played through a number of injuries throughout this postseason, but that did not stop him from being the tone setter in Game 2 with 16 points in the first quarter.
Look, 6'7", 220, 320. 220, and just look at the fact, how about that fall? Most guys would have gone to the locker room. He just got up and played the rest of the game. And how about this pass? Right on the money on a lob from about 30 feet away. So he came, it seemed like the fall got him going. His turnaround fade game was right at the top. He made 5 threes, which he did not do in Game 1. And you can see he's playing with a tremendous amount of confidence. Now, when you look at it, Game 1 versus Game 2, just look at the shooting percentage. Major with the 11. Not only the three-point shooting, but then with the 10 rebounds and 7 assists, we saw the total game under pressure.
And Hubie, on the other side, everything's a first for Oklahoma City, one of the youngest teams we've ever seen go this far in the playoffs. But when you have a player like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you don't worry about a little adversity, runner-up for MVP.
No, look, this guy is so talented. He's so smooth. He's 6'6". He's 200. He can get to anywhere on the floor that he wants. Left hand, right hand, either side. He gives you the three-point game, the mid-range, and then off the dribble to the basket. He's a blur. Now, the one thing you cannot do is foul him and put him on the foul line. He's a great shooter. So he is not unstoppable, but what I'm saying, you have a night's work if you got the assignment of trying to slow him down.
Been terrific so far in the series. Through 2 games, averaging 31 points, over 10 rebounds, and close to 9 assists. With more on the Thunder, here's Katie.
Well, Dave, after sweeping the Pelicans in the first round, this is OKC's first real taste of adversity here in the playoffs. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says he's excited for the challenge, excited to see how his team responds today. He said there's no need to overcomplicate matters or overcorrect after Game 2's loss, because Mark Daigneault said this team has a habit of getting back up. They've kept a steady temperament through all the ups and downs of the season. He said you're going to throw some punches in a playoff series, and then you have to take some. OKC believes it can withstand Dallas's best shot, Dave.
The number 1 seed in the West, Oklahoma City, taking on Dallas. The series tied 1-1. Game 3 is next.
This game has been very physical from the opening time.
We'll do anything to be out here in the playoffs, fighting for something.
Make millions of dollars to dribble a basketball up and down the court. It's hard not to be happy.
NBA Conference semifinals on ABC are delivered by Chipotle. Real food for real athletes. Chipotle, for real. And Google Pixel, the only phone engineered by Google. This presentation of the NBA Conference semifinals delivered by Chipotle will continue after this message and a word.
2 MVP finalists squaring off again.
Shai's an amazing player. He lead this young team to first seed.
When you get out there, you're playing for something bigger than just yourself.
They can't do it like we do this, let me demonstrate.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, improvisational, portrait on the hammer.
In the sky like I'm a fly.
Lob, Jones, throw it down! What a pass by Doncic to let him step back and take a 3 and hit it.
I'm batting out there. I try to do my best to help the team win.
Mavericks an impressive response to the Game 1 loss.
This is about the resilience and the will of a champion. It's going to be a good series.
It's It's no bigger stage than when you go against the best.
They don't wanna see me elevate, elevate.
With the series tied 1-1, it's Game 3 between the Thunder and Mavericks as we welcome you to the NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel. It's the West semifinals delivered by Chipotle. A packed American Airlines Center. Dallas now with home court after the Mavs stole Game 2 48 hours ago in Oklahoma City. Our starting lineups brought to you by Modelo. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP runner-up Lou Dort, who will be charged with stopping Luka Doncic throughout tonight. Chet Holmgren struggled in Game 2. Jalen Williams, so consistent. Josh Giddey benched to start the second half last game, but he will start this game. And then you got Kyrie Irving, 11 assists and 1 turnover in Game 2, although just 9 points. Doncic, Jones, Washington had that great Game 2, and Daniel Gafford has been so good throughout this postseason. He and Washington, acquired in early February, have been major difference makers for the Mavs. John Goble, Bill Kennedy, Yadamitis Petritis. Our officiating crew, you got Pat Mahomes here in the house and many other celebs for Game 3. Game 4 is Monday. Game 5 Wednesday back in Oklahoma. Should there be a Game 6, it would be a week from today here in Dallas. First things first, tip-off of Game 3. Dort tracks down the loose ball. And that's the end of the first half. And how about Isaiah Joe with 10 points off the bench and a couple of threes.
Great.
To give OKC the 1-point lead at halftime. Malika Stephenay, Will Bond, Bobby Myers coming up with the halftime report. Isaiah Joe, 4 of 4 from the floor. Luka Doncic, meanwhile, with 14 points. That's his first 3 of the game. 1-point game at halftime of Game 3.
NBA Conference semifinals on ABC are delivered by Chipotle. Real food for real athletes. Chipotle, for real.
If there's any doubt about who has the maddest wheels in the game, remember who's riding around like Furiosa.
Is a Mad Max rig practical for daily driving? Nope.
Convenient? Also no. Fuel efficient? Not at all. But it's all worth it when I pull up to the arena in this bad boy.
Welcome back to the NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel in Dallas for the West semifinals delivered by Chipotle. At Oklahoma City, a 1-point lead at halftime. The winner goes up 2-1 in the series. First half stats brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. How about no offensive rebounds for the Thunder, yet a 1-point lead. Dallas dominated the paint and dominated the glass with Hall of Famer Hubie Brown, Katie George as well. I'm Dave Passion. Hubie, as we look at our winning ingredients brought to you by Chipotle. For those that haven't watched a lot of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander this year, you can tell why he's a runner-up for MVP.
Right, we have a lot of people struggling here today at both ends, but he has his game going. He's 6 for 10 from the field. Remember, like I tell you, he'll get a shot off. That's the difficult with the fade, especially down on the baseline area. But Washington has been a monster in Game 2 and again tonight. He's making a major contribution with his 19 points. He's doing a terrific job. But the big thing is they've got to get everybody else involved. The bench points now are 17-5. in favor of Oklahoma City.
And Hubie, Isaiah Joe had 10 points, a 3 in the last 3 seconds of each quarter for the Thunder, including the one that put him ahead at halftime. Luka Doncic with 14 points, but just 4 of 11 from the floor. He hit a 3 late, though. Gutty performance by Luka Doncic. 22 points, 15 rebounds, 5 assists. P.J. Washington had 27. Irving had 22. The Mavericks, after losing Game 1, win Game 2 on the road, Game 3 at home today, Game 4 Monday night here at American Airlines Center. In the final 15 minutes, Kyrie Irving had 14 points. And like he's done previously this postseason, really became aggressive looking to score in the second half as opposed to the first half. And he's standing by with Katie George.
Thanks, Dave. Kyrie, how would you describe the late game execution you saw from yourself and the teammates?
I mean, we were doing the little things. We felt like we had a good rhythm most of the game, and we just wanted to make their shots as difficult as possible, and felt like we did a great job of that.
When do you decide that you're going to take over, especially in the second halves of these playoff games?
It's just a feeling. One of my coaches just came up to me and said I waited too long, so obviously I got to be better on my end. This is an exciting series. We're going against a young team. We know they're going to compete on both ends of the floor, so we just want to continue to do the things that get us these W's, and then starts on the defensive end.
We know what to expect, obviously, from you and Luka, but how pivotal are performances like you've gotten from P.J. Washington these last 2 nights?
It's a peace of mind, I'll tell you that. It's a peace of mind because when we're playing well as a team, we're tough to beat, and that's the way you want to go into the locker room, feeling good, everybody touching the basketball and doing the right things.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Dallas up 2-1 after a 105-101 win. Denver will look to even the series with Minnesota in the other Western semifinal tomorrow. Knicks Pacers on ABC tomorrow with New York up 2-1. Game 3, Boston Cleveland tonight on ABC from Ohio. For Hubie Brown, the Hall of Famer, Katie George, our entire outstanding ABC crew, Dave Pasch saying so long from Dallas after a Mavericks win 105-101 over the Thunder. 2-1 series lead now for Dallas. Thank you for watching the NBA playoffs on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.